Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. This is GenchoMoto and today we're going to speak about the 3 most common issues with BMW key fobs and why might they not be operating properly, and we're going to try to save you some money as well. First things first, let me show you what's my issue and what's probably your issue if you're looking at that video. So when you press that key, oh, this is a proper one. So you're pressing the unlock and lock button, even the boot button, but the car doesn't unlock. Although once you go inside, luckily I found what is my issue, so I'm just going to use the second key. Otherwise, if you press that little button, you can take out your manual key, unlock the car from the lock, but the alarm's going to turn on and you have to put your key straight in. It's not a massive issue, but it's frustrating, and I wouldn't recommend doing it for a long time use. Right, so this is my operating key and this is the key that's not operating, but it does start the car, so that means that the key is still programmed to the car and we have a different issue. In the beginning, both of my keys were not working. I'm gonna put a video how I repaired my key and what was my particular issue, but you should start always with the first and cheapest option before you go to the dealership, and let me show you. I have to mention that these keys are with rechargeable batteries. The ones that you can change the battery, they have a cap on here. These are sealed, but that doesn't mean that you won't be able to change your battery. So first things first that you want to check if your car is not unlocking and locking but it is starting is your glove box. So what you need to do is open your glove box, and just on the left hand side you should have a little cap. That's for your fuse compartment, and once you turn it, you have a little leaflet with your fuses diagram, and what you want to look for is, if you flip it around, is you want to look for this section here. So fuse number 2, number 19, number 56, number 57 and number 63. These are your fuses that if one of them blows, your key might not be operating properly for the unlocking and locking. I would also check fuse number 1 just in case. Also, what you want to do is you have a cover just underneath here with 3 screws. I think they're torque 20. You want to remove that, so because some of them are very hard and tricky to take out, and it's easier to take them from underneath because you don't really have a lot of room to take out fuses if you try it from the inside of the glove box, especially for fuse 63 and fuse 57. Anyway, let's go back on track. Have a look at all your fuses, because this might be the first and cheapest reason. You can get fuses from anything between 30 pence to a whole set for like £3-4. So if there is a fuse that's blown, swap it over and try your keys again and see if that's going to sort out your issue. Then if this doesn't sort out your issue, at least you know that all your fuses are correct and this is not your issue. Let me just put this back on. Why is it not? These covers are to be put on. Oh, there we go. So if your fuses are okay, I would move to the battery key fob, just because comparing to all the other reasons that you might have, this is the second one that's most inexpensive, and I would try so I can make sure at least I know I have good fuses, I have good batteries, so I'm starting to look somewhere else. And some people might have 2 keys as me, and when I first had them, they're rechargeable as I said, it seemed very weird for me to have both keys not operating and that to be the battery. So I started looking for my issue somewhere else. Although it turns out that it was batteries with me, and it is possible both of your keys to run out of battery. Reasons might be plenty, I don't know. It seemed weird, but it's a fact that my issue was batteries. As I said, this is a rechargeable one. It doesn't have the cap, and it's sealed. As you can see, it's completely sealed. And I'm going to post a video how to change your battery on your rechargeable battery, just because you need to open it, solder it and then seal it back on. It is possible to change it. Battery goes everything between £4 and £8. You can do it yourself, and as you can see, my second key is already working. It starts the car as well. This one is a bit temperamental. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so I'm gonna change the key for this one as well. Once you change your battery, see if it works or not. If not, we're going to move to the third reason. Just before we move to the third reason, I want to say that you can also go to a garage so they can measure your key and see if the battery is actually operating. But this is going to cost you probably more than what it's going to cost you to change the battery, so just go to change the battery. And let's move to the third reason why your BMW key might not be operating properly. So your third reason is located just over here on a BMW E87. I also have to mention that this issue is also related to E90s, E60s, pretty much any BMW with rechargeable battery fob. So here, pull this plastic trim off. Just have to be a little bit careful not to break anything. This is your diversity antenna. It's located just over here. The screws for this one, I think they're T25, but correct me if I'm wrong, they might be T20. But what you want to do is remove them 2 screws, remove your cables very, very carefully, take it off, open the cover and inspect it for any corrosion. This is highly possible. They usually corrode just in this side here or this side here. I'm not going to remove my one because my one's working fine, and I think if something's working fine, you shouldn't touch it. Anyway, if you see corrosion, get white spirit nylon toothbrush, try to give it a clean, connect it back again, test your key. If it's not working, obviously at least you know you have corrosion. Order a new one or a second-hand one from a scrapyard with a warranty that it's working, so at least if it's not working you can return it. They go for anything between 20 and 50 pounds second-hand. I haven't checked how much they're brand new, but give it a check, swap it over. If it works, then great, you've managed to sort out your issue. If it doesn't, then the fourth reason, and this is quite expensive, is you have to check all your looming from here all the way down, then through the roof of the car to the central mirror, because sometimes they get split or cracked, and this is where your issue is. Then you need some auto electrician guy to fix that, which is a bit expensive, but don't worry, most of the times it's simple as a fuse, simple as a battery, or simple as this diversity antenna. Do not look for your issue deeper before you test them 3, because they all vary between 3 and 50 quid, where if you start with your lumen, you're easily looking for over 20 quid. And if you go to BMW garage, they will find your issue. They might say that the key's been programmed and they're gonna charge you some crazy money like 400 quid, just so they can repair it for you. So yeah, let's put that back on. Oh man, I just broke my plastics. Right, I just have to quickly mention on E60s and E90s, the diversity antenna is located elsewhere, but you can check that in your manual or you can check that in Google. With all of that being said, my advice to you is start with fuses first, then move to battery, then move to diversity antenna. Hopefully you're gonna sort out your issue. I sorted out mine. We're gonna post a video of how to change your battery on a rechargeable fob. This is the end of this video. If we helped you out to discover your issue and fix it, please hit that like button, put a comment below and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.
Oh yeah.
Hey boy.
First try.
This is the end of this is the
I'm going home.
Fuck no. Come back.